In this lesson, we are looking at 5 fills that we can play over a shuffle or a gospel 12/8. These fills are designed to make you sound more polished with extra flares with open hi-hats or over the beat sort of playing. Once you get these down, try and play along to certain tunes in this sort of groove and make sure you really lock them in. I'm going to break down each of these fills so that we can really understand where the sticking is going and you can master how to play it. Once you do this, your playing will go up to the next level and you'll sound like a more polished drummer. Enjoy. So the first 3 notes is going to start with the right hand on the hi-hat with the bass drum, followed by a left hand on the hi-hat, and then a right hand on the high tom. So the first 3 notes are. For beat 2, we then move our left hand back down to the snare, and we then play the medium tom, followed by then a left hand on the hi-hat. So beat 2 sounds like this. Putting those 2 3-note phrases together, so we have 6 notes. Then for beat 3, we're back on the hi-hat with our right hand with the bass drum, followed by a left hand, and then we're going to move our right hand to the medium tom. So beat 3 sounds like this. Beat 4, we then have our snare back on the beat 4, and then we're going to just play 2 right hands on the floor tom. So beat 4 sounds like this. Putting that all together, you have this fill. Slightly faster. And now in a musical setting, so 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill. Exercise 3, we're going to start with our bass drum on the 1, followed by a right hand on the high tom. For the 3rd note of this triplet, we then have our hands together. We're going to play a high tom and we're going to play the hi-hat. When we play the hi-hat, we're going to open the hi-hat very quickly. So the 3 notes will sound like this. We are then going to copy this for beat 2, however we are just moving our right hand to the medium tom. So putting those 2 together sounds like this. For beat 3, we're then landing with a bass drum on the 3, our right hand and left hand together on the hi-hat, and then another bass drum. So the 3 beats there will sound like this. For beat 4, we're then back down together with the right hand on the floor tom and the hi-hat, a bass drum, and then a right hand on its own. The whole feel together sounds like this. Slightly quicker. And now, 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill. For this fill number 4, we're going to start with a bass drum on the 1, followed by 2 septuplets. So that's twice the speed as the triplet. So you've got 1 triplet, 2 triplet. These will be da 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 da. But we've only got 2. And we're playing those 2 on the high tom, and then we're going to land on the let of triplet on the snare with the right hand. So the first 3 notes sound like this. Still counting 1 triplet. We're then going to play this twice, so that's going to take us up to our 6 notes of triplets. For then beat 3, we're then going to have a bass drum on the 3, followed by our hands together on the medium tom and the high tom, and then another kick drum. So for beat 4, we're then moving these down to the floor tom and medium tom. For beat 4, a bass drum, and then a right hand on the floor tom. So the overall fill sounds like this. Slightly faster. And now in a groove setting with 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill. We're going to start with the bass drum and left hand together on the 1, followed by 2 right hands on the high tom. So the first 3 notes sound like this. We're then going to move our right hand at beat 2. So for beat 2, we're again left hand and bass drum together, and then we're going to have our 2 right hands, but this time on the medium tom. So the 6 notes sound like this. For beat 3, we then have a snare on its own, followed by a hi-hat with the bass drum on the 3 trip. So that would be . For beat 4, we then have again a hi-hat on the 4 with the bass drum, and then another hi-hat with the bass drum on the 4 triplet. This one will be with the left hand. So and when we do that let, we're then coming up to hit the 1 with our right hand. Slowly, the feel together sounds like this. Slightly faster. And now with 1 bar groove and 1 bar fill. For the first 3 notes, we're just going to start with the bass drum on the 1, followed by the hands together, the right hand on the high tom, the left hand on the hi-hat, and then another kick after. So the first 3 notes sound like this. We'll be counting this as 1 triplet. For beat 2, we're then going to have our hands together again on the high tom and on the hi-hat. Then we've got a bass drum, and then we're going to move our right hand to the medium tom. So the beat 2 will sound like this. Putting those 2 together will sound like this. Again, we're counting 1 triplet, 2 triplet. For beat 3, we're then starting with our bass drum. We're moving our right hand down to the floor tom, where we're going to then play 2 hands together, the triplet. So 3 triplet. Those 3 notes sound like this. Putting those all together, so then we have 9 notes. And finally, we need our last 3 notes, which is going to be a bass drum, the hands together with the floor tom and the hi-hat, and then finally another bass drum. The whole feel together sounds like this. Now we're going to play one bar groove and then into this fill.